Hello and welcome to the second part of our Syringe tutorial. Yeah, in the first part we modeled this syringe here and I'm really happy with it, and now let's try to make it even nicer with the texturing. So first I start the texture with the middle part here, and I want the texture, you see we have here such a worn or scratched metal look. We will try to achieve this look here. And yeah, so let's start. First of all, I hide everything I don't need for the moment. So I don't need the details, and I don't need the cylinder here. Okay, let's start with this part here. I don't need my disk here. This was just for example pictures. So yeah, and so I just the last time I just hit record and did not try it, but we should be able to do this. There's nothing different like in the last tutorial I did with the rusty sphere thing here. This tutorial with the rusty sphere, we will do it like this. We could yeah, I'll tell you during I do something. First, what I want to do is I make a Luminate Material. Double click in the Material Manager, double click on the Material, and make just luminates, because I want just see the pattern, how it will look like. So I put this on my middle part here, and I go to texture and give it a noise. The first thing what I see is we have the wrong mapping here. We have UV mapping, and we will try it with cubic mapping. We see not much, so this is simple to big. So go right click on your texture tag and fit to object. Then now we see something here. Okay, what I see is I don't want this noise here. So let's make another noise. Let's try it. Make it a little more contrasted so I can see it better. Blister turbulence could work, but normally for something like this, so for scratch or one things I use FPM, and I think I will use it here as well. Let's try with FPM. It looks a little different when we render it, so let's render this. I just go to low here and make an interactive render region, and I get this. Yes, this will work, I think. And the next thing is I want it on the edges. In the edges, I want it different, a little shinier. This material, especially on these edges outside, I want it shinier, because here it will be touched more often, so it will be more shiny on the edges. So let's try this. Normally I would do this with the ambient occlusion shader and with the inverted direction, but this is new in the R18, and so I will do it with a Vertex Map, because so everybody can follow this tutorial, and not only the people who have R18. So if you're interested in the version or with the inverted ambient occlusion, just watch the earlier tutorial with the rusty sphere, and there I explain both ways, with the Vertex Map and this ambient occlusion. Here we work with the Vertex Map, as I said. So for the Vertex Map we need some selections. So let's go to our middle here, to the edge selection, then UN for Fong selection, and we immediately see it selects here exactly the edges I want. That's exactly where I wanted to have my things. my shinier parts. So okay, I go now to phone break selection here. I go to select all, and I make a selection tag. I store my selection. It's not necessary, but what I have what I have. And so I make here just set selection. I have it here in my toolbar, set selection. If you don't have it here, go to select and here set selection. Then the next step is we go to select and set vertex weight. Here to 100% and OK. And we get this. This is exactly what I want. So I know now we have a different texture here and a different texture on the edges here. Okay, this should work. Let's see if it works. I go to my texture here. Let's make the interactive render setting so we see something. Then I go to my texture and take layer. So now I have my noise here in the layer shader. Then I add the shader here under effects, Vertex Map. Put it under my layer here and go here from normal. The screen should work. Let's see. Yeah, we don't see much. Let's disable the noise for the moment, so we see that we only see our vertex map. We don't see much at the moment because we have nothing in our vertex map. We need, of course, our vertex tag here in. And now we see something happens. And here I think I want to invert it. Yes, this is exactly what I want. I want these edges. And now with the screen noise, I activate my noise. And now I see I have my noise just there where I have the vertex map. And this is exactly what I want. Maybe we go a little back with the vertex map here so I see more of my noise. Yes, that's what I want. This is exactly what I want. Good, nice, I like it. Let's save it. But I save it now under, let's say, Syringe I have here. Syringe textured. Yeah. Okay. So the next part is, of course I don't want Luminate Material on my thing here. I want metal material, used metal. So let's go to the reflectance channel, the Fresnel conductor, and let's say vanadium. Okay, why not? No specular and about 10%. Should be okay here. So if we render this, we will see nothing. That's correct. Even if we go to low GI, we will see nothing because we have nothing to reflect and to light in our scene. And of course, for this I use my Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro for only €10, and every update is free. Okay, so just hit on the script here. And we see that the floor is too high, so let's go to our scene rig, to background and floor, and go down with the floor. Move down here. Okay, this is a 6. This will be 5.8 maybe. Not totally. Let's pick 577. Exact. Okay. And if we render now, we should get a nice result. We should get a nice result. we don't get a nice result. Why? Why? I can tell you why. We haven't activated our reflected channel. So just activate it. And here we go. Okay, this is the first thing. This is the first layer. Now let's make a second layer. I just copied this layer. So copy and paste. And make this layer darker. I'll go to the color here and make this darker. Okay. And now I want to blend between these two layers. And I want to do this with our map we created in the Luminate channel. So I go to my Luminate channel and here on the texture, right click and copy. Then go to the reflected channel again, layer 2 is our upper layer, and go to the layer mask here, to the texture, right click on the texture and paste. Okay, we see a little bit. There is something working. Now let's see how we can make this better. Go up here. And now in the noise channel, I make more contrast. Yeah, I see it is coming. Okay. Maybe too much. Here I can go down with the vertex map a little bit so that I see more of the noise. Okay, we see it. That's good so far. Let's try. And let's make this not so shiny, the second one. Go to about 50 here. Then that's everything okay. The mixed mode shouldn't do anything here. Let's see if it changes anything. It changes something, that's not what I knew. But it's okay. We stay with normal. We see that it works because if I make the points here, you see definitely it works. So. I don't. I'm fine with this because I don't want it too much. I tell you why. Because I want to put in a little bump, and with the bump, then we see it much better. Maybe I go a little darker here. Okay. Now let's make the bump so then you see what I mean. Oh, maybe this is a little too rough. Now I take my sorry, my layer mask here, this whole thing. So I go to my layer mask, right click again and copy. Go to my bump and paste it here. Right click and paste. And now I activate the bump and you will see we get a weird result. So of course the bump is much too high. Let's say 3%. Now we see this much better. We see a nice used on the edges here. It's shiny on the edges here, as I wanted here. It's shiny. Here it looks almost exactly like on the original one. If you see the original here. It looks almost the same here. Nice. Yeah, I like it like this. Maybe it's... We can play here with the Fresnel maybe a little bit on the second layer. down and go to the Fresnel and give it a little less Fresnel. Yes, you see it gets more contrast. And maybe a little color in it. We could color this in Photoshop later on too, but I go to my color channel here, get a little brighter and make it a little rusty red, orange, something like this. Yeah, we get a nice look here. Yeah, this is totally on you how you want this. Yeah, it works nice. Okay, so I would say I stay with this here. Okay, this is the first one. Then save it. Control S, save it. This should become a reflex, this Control S, Control S, Control S. Okay, next part. Let's make this. Let's continue with the piston here. Hide this one and go to the piston and make this one. We are still in the Fong selection tag. You see it because here, but here we see the Fong selection tag is UN, so UN. So we have here the settings. We see we have here selected this all edges, and this here, this is not what I like just the edges on the sides. So what I can do here is go to override Fong tag. Now we see nothing, of course, and now I go down here under 90 degrees, of course, and now go down, down, down. As long as I see, then here I see I want this here to go down a little more. So now I see, okay, I have this what I want. Here is everything okay, and here down it should be okay because that's just 90 degrees. But wait, I just deselect everything for the moment. UN again. This is selected. Why is this guy selected? This is not selected. This is this. It doesn't matter. We want to see this. It's just a little. Aha, okay. Use edge breaks. Disable it. That's it. Yeah, that's what I forgot. So now we are fine. Good. So let's add to select all. Yep. Make a selection tag. As I said, it's not necessary with the selection tag, but what I have. Okay, I name this piston. Did I name this? No, this middle. So from this selection here, I just double click it again so it's selected. I make another vertex map. Set vertex weight, yes, 100% is okay. Okay, we have it. And name this piston. But the vertex map I renamed, no. So we have a little plan here. I hope it changes here too when I change the name outside. Let's see. But it should, yeah, normally. Yes, it's middle. Okay. So we are on the piston here. The next thing is I copy this materials. First I name it middle, so nice everything. Then I control drag it to the side and have a copy. This I name now piston. Okay. And of course, what I have to change now is the vertex tag, because it has this has the vertex tag from the middle part, and this cannot fit with this part, of course. So I go to the layer mask, in the layer mask to the vertex map, and just instead of the middle, I drag in the piston, and the same I do in the bump map, of course. And piston, okay. Now I can go, I drag this on my piston here, and I go to cubic mapping, and what we have now is, and of course right click and fit to object, but what we have now is, you will see, we have a stretched material for sure. Yeah, you see it's totally stretched, because it fits the height here, the height, and it fits the length here, and this can't work. So if we want to texture cubic, we should be almost cubic. For this, I go to my texture tag here and piston, go here to the texture mode, and here I see how the texture looks like. It's not okay. I want it, let's say, now I take my axis tool here, so I can work here with the scale. Let's say the 4 centimeter will be the red axis, the x-axis. So I make everything into 4 centimeter. Something like this. Now I have a nice cube, and now I move the cube over the ring. I make it from here. You will see it better. Something like that. Okay. And now nothing should be stretched when we render it. And nothing is stretched. It's exactly what I want. Okay, here we can test if I say I don't like it, the pattern here, like it looks. Just go to the piston thing and disable for the moment the bump. And go to your reflectance, to the layer 2. This is this layer with the layer mask. And you can go to can play with the seed here of the texture. Test another seed. Yeah, maybe it's better than it is this seed. Make it maybe a little bigger. 150 here. Okay. Now I try with the vertex map the invert. If it looks better if I don't invert it. No, it's better with inverted again. I like it like it shines here. Okay. But this is, make it a little bigger maybe. Again 200. Yeah, that's better for me. But as I said, it's on you how you make this. You can play hours and hours. So, but now I changed the pattern here. So I again copy this texture and paste it in the bump channel. Paste. And so I have the same here. And activate the bump channel and everything looks nice. Maybe I do it here, more contrast in the bump. Oh, that's almost too hard here. You see, we get these creases here. It looks nice. It looks really, yeah, it looks nice. But I think it's too hard for a syringe. So go down a little bit with. Okay. This was part 2. And Control S, save it. Next part, let's make these small details here. Okay, first thing is edge mode, UN for the phone selection. That looks nice here. this one. So okay, that looks okay here for me. We are UN again, so that I can see the settings. We are on 45 degrees about. That should work. But it's not so important, because if I forget don't see one edge, okay, then there is not used for gels, or less used. But here I don't want to see this one here, so I go up a little bit. Okay, better. And if you could paint your vertex map. I show you this in the Rusty Sphere tutorial too, how you can paint your own vertex map. So you can say, I want to see it exactly here, but then you have to here it would work, I think, but on the bigger parts you have to subdivide it a little bit more, so that you can paint nicely on the surface. But just watch the other tutorial with the Rusty Sphere, and I explain everything. Sorry. Okay, I want this. Now I select all. Okay, then set selection. Okay, name it details. And select vertex weight 100%. Okay, okay, and name it details. Wonderful. Next thing, I just select copy this piston material, so control drag it to the side, double click it and name it details. Badam. And here of course we have to change the vertex map. Go to the reflectance, layer 2 is okay, layer mask, vertex map, and drag in the details map. The details map. So, and the same in the bump. Okay. And now drag the details on the details. Make it go to tube mapping and fit to object, and this won't fit too, because you will be stretched as well. So here it's very small because it's not high. I'll show you what I mean. That's the easiest way. You see how stretched it is now here. And so we do the same like before. We select our details and the deck. Go to the texture mode. Go select the activate the axis, and here we see why it looks like this. So what can we do? I want to make it high like the Z axis here. So I copy just the Z axis here, Control C, go to Y and Control V. Enter. Okay, and that should fix this thing. Let's find it now. And we see everything looks like it should. Here you see the very nice shiny edges. That's exactly what I want. Okay, now we have everything. We need now just the top is missing. I just hide the other parts because so it's with the interactive render it does not render everything every time, and so it renders faster. Okay, so we need selections. Go to the top here, go to the selection, to edge selections, UN for the phone selection, so we see it here. But here I'll do something. I want to have here one and here. That's not here, maybe it's with the use break. No, let's go down here. Okay, I have everything what I want. And select all. Next part is I want to make a selection tag. This I name top. Whoops. And we need vertex weight 100%. Okay. Name it top. Next step, we copy this detail texture, so control drag it to the side. Name it top. Go to the reflectance and change the vertex map. Whoops. Same in the bump channel. Whoops. Okay. Drag it on your top here. We could drag it directly here on in the viewport on it too, but I do it every time like this. I don't know why. So here, cubic mapping, right click, fit to object. And this will be stretched too, because we have here a very long part. So we know this meanwhile, so just go to the texture, to the axis mode. So with the axis mode we can scale here everything. That's the reason I go to the axis mode every time. And I see here 3, 4, so I copy this and put it on C2. And this should work normally. Let's see if it works now. And yes, it works. Very nice shiny edges here. This is exactly what I want. Okay. So now we have just one thing, and this is our cylinder to do texture, so we can unhide everything. Oh, the needle we need to. Let's make the needle is a simple comb material, so just double click in the material manager, double click on the material, reflectance, go here to Fresnel, conductor and chromium, no specular, 10% roughness, and that's magic. Name it needle, so named everything, so make it nice. Okay, and here the UV mapping is okay. And now Control S, save it. And this, and now we need just our. Here I need a glass material. Take a glass, new material. So this is the cylinder. So I need transparency and reflectance. Transparency is glass is 1517. Okay, and a little color. This, and really a little, something like this. So now I drag it directly on my cylinder here. And let's see what it does. I don't need exit reflections, I don't want them, they are fake. Render it, let's see what we get. Okay, nice. But I want a little blurry glass here. The blurriness needs longer to render, but I like it. 5% should be okay here. Yes, it does not look contrasty now, but I want another floor. I will make a darker floor, I think. Let's deactivate the ambient occlusion here. We don't need it here, and it's faster. Yep. Maybe, no, 5 is enough blurriness for this, I think. Let's make here the 98. No, even less. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, Control S, save it, and now go to our scene rig and make dark floor, so background and floor, and here we go to the background brightness and go down with it about 25%, and we get immediately a great picture. I totally like it. Maybe here, little. I do not really see a difference between the 98 and 97, but it looks important. Okay, no, I like this. Okay. Yeah, the rest with more contrast we can make in Photoshop. Maybe a little. Let's make a shiny floor here. We can do this easy in our scene rig, of course. So let's go to the reflection strength here, 100%. Whoopsie. Okay. It's maybe more reflection. If it's with 100% not enough reflection, just go down with the Fresnel here. I see it immediately. It's too much, and of course I want blurry reflection here on the floor. Yes. That is it. I would say that's it. Just make a nice render now and go to Photoshop, I would say. It looks great. Maybe I try one. I don't want to make ambient occlusion for the whole scene because I don't need it somewhere. I need it just on the floor, and if I use it for the whole scene, so I just rendered longer. So here I activated just for the floor in the scene rig. Ambient occlusion. And now I see we have the ambient occlusion on the floor, and this looks even better. Is the floor too dark? Let's see. Let's go up here, 35. No, I think the dark floor was okay. Maybe it's 30. Okay, I stay with 30 because I want more contrast later on in Photoshop. This is shiny enough, maybe. No, I don't need more bump. No, let's try it. Why not? Go to the top here, to the bump channel, and let's see what it does if. Right, it has nice use look now here, but this is too much for me. Maybe here the contrast. No, I think I liked it like it was. So go back here with the contrast. That was okay. Okay, so Control S for saving. I make now a better render, and then we go to Photoshop. So I'm back in a second or so. See you in a second. So we get this now, and I really like it. What I wonder is I have to render. I have to render it again because I have not used the camera. I just cut it here. Doesn't matter. I am back in another second. So now we have the whole syringe here. Okay, I'm really happy with this result. I already saved it. Here I saved it as PSD in 16-bit and I opened it in Photoshop. Here we are in Photoshop now. Okay, honestly I do almost every time the same steps, so it's not magic here what I do, but I like it. So I just copied the background folder, so Control J and copy the background folder, then I make a smart object out of it. I have here a shortcut on my PC, but you can go to right click and convert to smart object. So, and now with Control Shift A I go to the camera raw filter. So 100%, and first I think to do is up with the clarity, and even this makes it much better. Then little vibrance maybe here. I hope it look like this. I said not too much because I want to work with another filter too, with another plugin. So this should be okay. That's okay for the moment. Now I again make a smart object out of this, so I can change everything later on too. So my shortcut is Control Alt Shift S to make a smart object. Then I go to Filter and to the Nik Collection Color FX Pro. You will find every link in the description of this video, and I use just free things here. So, and you see I have the contrast color range. That's the first thing I will take. The contrast color range you find here, but I'm not sure I take the contrast color range or contrast color range or contrast only. So let's see the difference. I take the, it's hard to tell. Here with the contrast only I lose some color. Here with the contrast color range I have more color. I take the color range. Here is a little dark, but it will be brighter when I use then the, so I add the filter. This hinzufügen means just add. I take now the detail enhancer extractor, the details extractor, and it makes it brighter normally, yes. And gives us more details. But this is too much for me, so 10 is enough here. Maybe I should render this without ambient occlusion. This is very dark here. Let's see, maybe we can. So darken, lighten, center. So add the filter, darken, lighten, center. I take every time. That makes this okay. Maybe not so much. So I go. This is the brightness on the border. So 25 should be enough here. Okay, and this is the brightness in the middle, so make it as 10. Okay, next thing, what do we have here? I think I need nothing else. Glamour glow maybe, so add another filter, glamour glow. So let's see. No, I don't need it. The gradated natural density is too much here. But I want a little bit, so the upper brightness is this, so minus 10. Not minus 100, this is a little too much. Okay. But I think I don't need the detail extractor here. We have details enough. this little bit can't. This is okay, okay. So, do I need something more? I add now the Pro contrast. I don't know what this means in English, but you can download this Nig filter, of course, in English too. But I forgot to download the English version. So it makes it a little brighter, this whole thing. Okay. And maybe we put an image border around it. So where we have the image borders here, that makes it more with type 2, yes. Okay. And now what I try is to make Here a little brighter. So I yes, I just make another a smart object out of it and go again with Ctrl+Shift+A in our camera raw filter. And here I can go up with the blacks and shadows a little bit. And I see we have here some noise now. This is from the detail extractor. We can get rid of this with the luminance noise reduction. Yeah, that looks nice now. I think that is it. Let's go a little bit more exposure maybe. Yeah, now we see under this yeah, great. Okay, I take this like it is. Yeah, why not? Maybe let's. No, that's okay for me. Don't have to do more. Let's try this dehaze. So we can make it. Nah, don't know. Yes, maybe. So -5 is okay. Yeah, okay. But I try it without ambient occlusion. I render without the ambient occlusion. So I save this here, of course. So because we used just smart objects here, I can make now a new picture, render a new picture, and can use the same filters and everything I have just to change the background picture here. So I show you what I mean. I just render a new one now without ambient occlusion, and then we will compare it. So see you in a second for you. So now we have it without ambient occlusion. We see it before and now. And let's try it with this picture then. So I go to Photoshop now and just double click on my smart object. I double click here. You see it opens a new window, a new folder, a new whatever window here. This is the color effects window. Double click again on the. Here I have the camera raw filter, and I double click again, and here I see, okay, this is no smart object, so this is the right thing. And here I go to my cinema, just I did copy this big picture here, and Control V in Photoshop to paste it. This is the lighter version, see it? This is the new and this is the old. So I take this, now I close this one, and yes, I want to save it. So this makes now we see here these rings we didn't have before because I just copied it. I did not save it and a 16-bit, so it was just an 8-bit maybe what I sent it. But you see what I mean. I close this one, yes. And I close this one, yes. And now I have it with the other picture. Okay, it was not really clever because we have no comparison. But when I go to Control Z, yes, this is the version before, and Control Shift Z should give us the new version here. Control Z, this is the dark version, and Control Shift Z is this version. I think the second one looks better. So what I try now is simply Control Shift Z, go to the old one, so, and I save this as a 16-bit file in Cinema. So file, save as 16-bit, yes. Save it as textured new. Okay. That's good now, and I'll go to my Photoshop, then double click again, this one, double click again and again, as long as I have no thing. So here, now I have to search. Can I merge here? Can I merge, but let's see how I can merge it. Don't want to open, I just want to import. No. I just want to merge it here. How can I merge it? It doesn't matter, I drag it from my desktop inside, so here I drag it in. Okay, this is the new version, enter. So this is old, new. I don't need this anymore, delete it, so save, yes. Yes, now we don't have these rings here. Close it, yes. Close it, yes. Okay, this is the new one. Now when I go back to Control Z, this is the old one, and Shift Z, this is the Control Shift Z, this is the new one. Yeah, I like it better, it's brighter under the, yeah. But now I can go in my camera filter and can disable this dehaze here. Go back to null. Here we are with the luminance, go to 100% here. That's everything nice, but I can go back with the exposure too, I think. Go to null here. Yes. And maybe we can go with the shadows and the blacks. So yes, because now we have no ambient occlusion, and now we don't need to lighten up the blacks and shadows and everything. Yes, this I like much more. Maybe a little more vibrance for the glass. Yeah, that's it. That's totally it. Okay. Save it and be happy. That's our result for the Syringe, and I'm really happy with it. So that's really nice. Yeah. Okay, I hope you like this, and I would like if you show me your results. So if you post it somewhere like DeviantArt or on your Facebook site or somewhere, just send me a link so I can watch it, or send a link in the comments or something else. Would be nice when I see your results. Because maybe you want another, I can imagine good if it is like copper or something else, or a little brighter everything maybe, or even destroyed, or what destroyed. So okay, So I hope you liked it, and as I said, you will find every link you need, you will find in the description. You will get this this project file of course too. I will put the BSD file inside too, so maybe you need it. And yeah, that's it for this, and yeah, next tutorial will come soon, I hope. Yeah, I'm sure. And yeah, I wish you a nice day, a very nice evening. Here it's 7:30 p.m. And yeah, hope to see you in the next tutorial. And if you like the Nikomedias Scene Rig, you have the link in the description. As I said, only €10, and every update is free. And it cannot do a lot with the rig. So you have everything here on my channel too. So about the rig, all the tutorials about the rig and everything. Yeah. And if you want to donate, you will find a link too in the description. So I would be happy if you donate. I save money for a new monitor. So okay. So I wish you a nice day and hope to see you next time. And yeah, bye, tschüss und baba.